10 Psychological Manipulation Tactics You Must Know. Have you ever questioned yourself because of something someone said or did? Or maybe you've accidentally hurt someone without realizing why the relationship went cold? Behind those awkward, confusing moments, there might be psychological manipulation at play. And if you don't recognize it, these patterns will keep messing with your everyday life. You might feel like you're always the problem. Or worse, you might unknowingly become the one causing pain. But once you learn to spot these tactics, like projection or guilt tripping, you'll start to build an emotional shield. You'll protect your self-worth and stop yourself from hurting others, even by accident. So today, I'll walk you through 10 common manipulation tactics that show up more often than you think. Gaslighting. You've heard this one before, right? Gaslighting is when someone constantly denies your thoughts, memories, or feelings. So much that you start questioning your own sanity. They'll say things like, "You always mess up in front of people, that's why you need to trust me." Or, "You'd be nothing without me." It sounds like they care, but what they're really doing is taking control. And the scary part? They often believe they're helping. That's why gaslighting in families is so dangerous, it hides behind love. The key is to talk to people outside the situation. Gaslighters often isolate their targets. And if you ever feel like, "Wait, am I the crazy one?" Don't deal with it alone. That's your sign to seek outside help and break out of that trap. Guilt tripping. Ever had someone say, "I guess I was bothering you. I won't call anymore?" Or maybe you forgot about me? On the surface, it sounds like they're being understanding. But what they're really doing is making you feel guilty for not reaching out. Instead of saying, "I missed you," they pressure you into saying sorry. This drains your emotional energy over time. So when someone talks like that, try responding with, "Thanks for being honest. How can I make things better?" And if you're the one using guilt to express your needs, try saying what you actually feel. "I just really missed you." Love bombing. Someone showers you with gifts, compliments, and romantic messages. It feels like a movie, until it doesn't. Because when that affection suddenly disappears, you're left craving it like a drug. They've got you hooked, now they can say, "After all I've done for you, you should listen to me." Love bombing starts fast and intense. "You're the most amazing person I've ever met." But it often turns manipulative. So when someone comes on too strong, too soon ask yourself, is this relationship really mutual, or am I being swept away? Silent treatment. You text someone, "Hey, what's up?" They read it and never respond. Or you go to a gathering and get ignored like you're invisible. This silence isn't just cold, it's a power move. Instead of resolving the conflict, they punish you with silence, waiting for you to apologize. You start asking, "What did I do wrong?" Even when it's not your fault. But here's the thing, you don't have to chase. If it wasn't your mistake, don't take all the blame. You can reach out, but you don't have to beg. Healthy conflict needs communication, not emotional stonewalls. Triangulation. Let's say you and a coworker have an issue, but then a third person randomly jumps in and takes sides. Now you're being judged by someone who wasn't even involved. That's triangulation, bringing in a third party to pressure you, isolate you, or distort the conflict. If you feel like you're being ganged up on for no clear reason, pause. Ask, why aren't we solving this directly, just the two of us? Because when conflicts turn into team battles, things only get worse. Projection. Someone's upset, but instead of owning their feelings, they flip it on you. "Why are you so angry all the time?" Sound familiar? They're actually the ones fuming, but they can't deal with it, so they say it's you. Now you're left wondering, wait, am I the one overreacting? This is projection. It makes you feel responsible for their emotions, and it buries the real issue. Sometimes it's worth asking, am I really feeling this way? Or are they just dumping their emotions on me? 7 to 10. Manipulative types you should avoid. Let's wrap up with 4 more subtle but damaging tactics. Blame shifting. They mess up, but somehow it's your fault. You didn't back up the file. You got up late too, so of course I was late. They avoid all accountability and it wears you down fast. Victim playing. They're clearly in the wrong, but they deflect by saying, "I've been through so much." They use pity to avoid taking responsibility. It might look like vulnerability, but it's often emotional manipulation. Stonewalling. You try to talk, but they shut it down. Whatever. I don't care. Leave me alone. No conversation. No resolution. Just a wall. It kills trust and leaves you helpless. Emotional withholding. You fight, and suddenly they ghost you. No calls. No warmth. Just cold silence. It's not just distance, it's punishment. And over time, it freezes the entire relationship. These tactics show up more than you think. If someone in your life uses them constantly, or if you notice yourself slipping into these patterns, it's time to take a step back. Understanding these behaviors doesn't mean ending every relationship, but it does mean protecting yourself and learning to communicate better. The more you know, the better you can guard your boundaries and grow relationships built on respect, not control. Let's stick to it together.